Hello y'all, it's me Antoinette and I'm back with another video. I know it's been a while since I've actually really sat down and talked with y'all, probably 2 months, but I decided to come on here and tell y'all what I've been doing with grad school and how I've been balancing my life living in Houston and also making friends and going out, and how I do that with a full-time job and full-time grad school. If you were to ask me, I would tell you I don't have any sort of time management skills at all. I just do what I do. I just do what I have to. There's no planning involved for me, honestly, when it comes to things. I just know that, okay, every day at this time, Monday through Friday, I have to be at work 40 hours a week. That's a given. That's just gonna happen because I want to make money, right? I don't do any sort of time management things. I don't use Notion. I don't use Google Calendar really unless it's really important. I can't miss it. I don't really have a system to where I just plan things and I work on things. Really, it's just all in my head. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Antoinette. I go to school, grad school online for a Master's of Science in Marketing Analytics. I would like to work eventually in the entertainment industry in some sort of marketing, film, entertainment role, media role, and marketing analytics also kind of pays more, so that is where my head is at with studying it. I do go to school online, so it's really whenever I want to log in, and I have 6 more classes left, so you guys can cheer for me there. I do have my undergrad degree, my Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. If you know, you know. It didn't really get me anywhere because I didn't want to work in psychology anymore. So I'm currently getting my master's, and I'm also working right now currently in childcare in an education setting. So that is what I've been doing with my time. I work 40 hours a week. Every day I'm with little kids, and I love it, but I also don't love it, and I don't see it being my end goal, which is why I'm here working 40 hours a week. I'm in school right now currently. I also have 2 externships that I'm currently doing online. They're also not asynchronous, or they're not synchronous. I can log in whenever and do them. So basically I'm juggling 4 different things at one given time, and like I said, I don't use Google Calendar, I don't use Notion, I don't use Trello. It's all in my head. I know what I have to do, and that's probably not a good system, and it probably won't work for everybody, but for me currently it's been getting me pretty far. I recently ended a 3-month internship. So I was doing grad school, the internship, and also full-time work. So these past couple months have been really busy for me. I moved to Houston 4 years ago, and right now I'm in a roommate situation with a family member. I don't want to put that much of my business out there, but we make it work. So I haven't been able to, I think, branch out in Houston as much as I would like because I'm so busy with my work, and because I kind of have this fear of going out alone and not being able to make friends as an adult, because as we know, it's hard, and I actually made a video on that if y'all want to check that out. So I've been doing all of these hustle culture things, and I hate hustle culture, and it's gotten me. Right now we're trying to navigate all of the things that I'm doing day in and day out, and how do I get through that. My morning and evening routines aren't really that special. I don't do anything in particular every morning or every night. I really wish that I was a gym person and that I could get up and go to the gym. Not that I'm unable to. There's nothing stopping me from getting up and doing that. It's just I really don't want to. So I don't go to the gym, even though I'm paying that $360 membership. I'm in a $360 deal with Planet Fitness, y'all. Mornings usually just me. I get up, scroll through TikTok, check emails, then I get up, go shower, possibly eat breakfast. Most mornings I don't eat breakfast. I usually just eat at work because the kids are always eating, and I eat whatever they're eating. So that's that. And then I come home at night and I sit in front of the TV, open up my notebook, write down a list of things that I want to get done for this day. And then do I usually finish everything that day? No, but as long as I've knocked a couple things out during that time, then I'm very satisfied with that. So that's been my routine with the 2 externships that are starting this week and next week. With work, I never take work home. It's childcare, it's education work. It really doesn't come home with me. And then obviously I prioritize school because that is what, I don't want to say it's going to get me where I'm going, but that's going to help me get to where I'm going. So I definitely prioritize making sure that all of my schoolwork is done. If there's a test coming up, that I'm studying so that I know the material for the test and things like that. So I would say my study habits have actually improved since being in this program at WGU. I have not always always been a great test taker. I think it's one of my weaknesses that has not really improved until I, like I said, got into this program. So it just, for me, retaining information is through kind of like the high school way of you having homework, you having assignments, school discussions, ways to really solidify the information into your system, that when it's time to take the test, yeah, you can study a little bit, but you also are able to kind of pass because you've had familiarity with the material that you're being tested on. Throughout my time at WGU, I've actually had to learn how to work and learn for myself and how to teach myself material. So actually reading the textbook and making sure that I understand the information that's being given to me, actually using Quizlet to study and use flashcards, testing myself, making sure that I know the material, and going to office hours and speaking and discussing the material with a professor who is knowledgeable in that subject. So all of those things put together really has helped me to ace the test, which really there's no acing at WGU. It's just you take the test, you pass, and you go along. And I think I'm doing so many of these things because I'm really afraid of failure, and I'm really afraid of coming out of my college career recently or just graduating and there still being nothing. Obviously, I went back to school for a reason. It was to get into a field that I'm knowledgeable about, one that I find joy in right now, and one that will hopefully garner a bigger paycheck than what I've gotten in the past few years or my entire life. All of that combined has motivated me to work harder. When it comes to school, I did not do any internships during my undergrad year. I really wasn't able to. If you guys want to know more about that, I do have the video. I think that was posted 1 or 2 videos ago right before this about why I don't regret my undergrad degree. You guys can go watch that. But it really motivated me to go harder and focus on what's important this time around so that I come out on top and come out with a full-time job. Few techniques for managing stress and avoiding burnout that I do take. I make sure that at a certain time I'm not doing work. I think after like 9:30, which only leaves me a couple hours after work to cook, clean myself, whatever, to work on school. And then after 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'm in bed scrolling through TikTok, watching videos or catching up on things that I enjoy. So that way there's a balance in my work day and my entire week is not simply given to work and school. So recently I've decided that I want to sign up for swim classes. I've always wanted to be a strong swimmer, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So a couple nights a week I'll be able to de-stress in that way. It's also exercise. Instead of me like missing out on the gym, I'll still have that form of cardio and that form of exercise for myself to be able to do stuff like that, because I've always wanted to be like an active girly. Some people, they're just bred and they're just nurtured in that way to where they grow up to be active or they grow up to learn to be active, but I've never really given myself the push. So I'm gonna find things that I enjoy. I do enjoy yoga. Pilates possibly could be my thing. I don't really know yet. I've only done it at home. And so things like that to where I'm taking care of my mind and body is very important to me. On weekends, I try not to do any work at all. 9 times out of 10, I'll leave it for Sunday night and then just go from there. So Friday night, Saturday night are entirely for me, unless I get super bored and I'm just like, hey, let's knock out a few pages of this paper, or hey, let's knock out a little bit of studying, because that is the free time that I have. And you know, working this full-time job along with 3 other things is not always going to be a thing. It's not going to be permanent. So for me, just balancing that and how I live life and de-stress is important. So finding something that you enjoy and really taking the time to have that and not feel like a chore is so important. I think everybody should have one outlet or one thing at least to where it's not work and you're not making money off of it, or you're not, you know, doing it to someday make money off of it, and you just enjoy it. A hobby, right? So a few things or resources and things I rely on. I don't have a lot of friends in the Houston area. Well, I don't have any friends in the Houston area. I have been talking to a couple people recently, so we'll see if those turn into friendships or not. I think organically happening is cool. I do rely on my sisters, my siblings that live here in Houston, so we go out. We try to do things together often, but we all have our own lives and we're all pretty busy, or, you know, I never feel like going out like 2 weekends in a row. That's a bit excessive for me. Money's tight, you know, as a college student. So I really rely on myself to get out there. I don't go a lot of places. I'm not gonna lie. I still feel like Houston have so much to explore for Houston. I'm not really a nightlife person, so if you ever ask me to recommend you a club, probably not gonna know. I can name some things that I've heard of, but as for me having like a recommendation because I've been there and I've enjoyed it, it's probably not gonna happen. As for things, I use Eventbrite. If you have that in your city or wherever you're watching this from, I usually look for free or cheaper things to do on Eventbrite, and then I'll go to those. For instance, my local grocery store, HEB, posted that they had a little event or festival that was free. Food, everything was free at one of the museums, so I was able to go there and have a good day and spend a couple hours. I did still spend money, but that's beside the point. I still get out. I still was able to go and check out some neat things and just interact with people. I think staying home all the time and basically almost living alone, it's not really healthy to just talk to myself and then talk to the people at work. I need to go out and explore and interact with other people and keep my people communication skills up. So I definitely try to attend different things in the city that are cheaper or, you know, free to do. So something else I had that I was writing down is how my job currently helps with my studies. It doesn't. I'm in two completely different fields. I'm doing childcare and education by day, and then I'm studying for marketing analytics, and hopefully, like I said, entertainment. This is just a job right now currently that I am taking because I need to pay the bills. It's something I have to remind myself that I'm not going to be here permanently, even though my bosses and everything have mentioned about keeping me on to promote me to like a lead in the education setting, but I just don't feel like it is for me personally. The education system and just dealing with kids in that capacity is not fun for me. If I ever were to work with kids, I would be like a speech language pathologist or a therapist or something of that matter, which I could have gone ahead and gone to grad school for therapy and psychiatry or something like that, but I didn't really want to do that. I don't find it to be my passion. If you know me, if you followed this channel long enough, you would know what my passion is. Like I said, my passion is going to make money because I'm taking the steps for it to make money, and I'm very confident in myself, and you probably hear that from everybody that's ever wanted to go into entertainment or the art. As long as it makes me happy and as long as it's something that I want to do, I think it's worth it. Obviously I'm not going to be uber rich. It would be nice, but I'm doing things that make me happy in this life because I owe it to myself, and I owe it to little me to fulfill whatever fantasies or dreams I've ever had, because I only get this one life that I know of. We can have all these theories and things, but for me, what I believe and what I know is that I only get this one life, and I want to live it to the fullest. I want to try everything that I've ever been able to get my hands on, get access to. I will say a specific obstacle I face considering that I'm going into marketing is the fact that the job market sucks. Right now it's really bad for entry level and for people even higher up. So that's why I haven't really quit my job and been like, okay, I'm gonna go find a job in marketing. It's not been easy. I've been applying very frequently every single day. I'm on the computer tapping away, hoping to get things in order to find my first full-time job, you know, making sure I have the experience in the portfolio and making sure that one day I'm able to say I'm working in marketing. Oh, guys, one day I hope to be able to say I'm moving to LA to work in marketing. One day I hope to say I've been hired by Netflix or Paramount or BT or any of those things, to where I'm working in the entertainment industry, in media and things like that. And so I know that these obstacles are just stepping stones, and that what I have now, as long as I'm working towards it, it's not what it's always going to be, you know what I'm saying? So the job market, applying for jobs, having them pay you what you believe you should be getting paid has been so difficult. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, it pisses me off. I really dislike applying for jobs. If I could have a job hunter, which mostly recruiters, if I could have someone look for jobs for me and just apply for me, I would pay top dollar. I'll pay all I can afford. But even nowadays, recruiters are not even like trying to get you jobs. They're stressed too. They're not getting back to you. They're ghosting. So I've really just been going through the motions. I think for the past 3 months I've been actively applying for jobs daily, with a few breaks in between, like 1 or 2 days. So I've been trying to get in there. I've been trying to do my thing and build my resume and all that stuff. There's always something out there. I just have to find it, and I just have to make myself available and make sure that I'm the best candidate, so that when I'm put into these rooms or when doors open for me, I'm ready for it, I'm prepared for it, I can answer all of their questions and things like that. So that is how I've been balancing grad school, 2 externships, just finished an internship, working full-time, and trying to make friends out here in Houston, Texas. Can you tell me what you are doing in your life to move forward? If you're even moving forward, if you have goals to move forward, what are you planning to do? What are you doing? Are you okay? Do you feel safe and loved in your body? And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.